Shovel Knight was easily one of the best games of 2014, and with Yacht Club Games having just released the DLC, Plague of Shadows, now is the perfect time to revisit this indie gem. Plague of Shadows is a complete remix of the original game, changing the playable character from titular hero Shovel Knight to one of the bosses, Plague Knight. Playing as Plague Knight completely alters the dynamic of Shovel Knight. In the base game, you were relying mostly on your shovel, which allowed you to pogo on enemies and obstacles, as well as take more direct melee hits. Whereas Plague Knight is the complete opposite of this. He relies completely on ranged attacks, throwing potions at his enemies to deal damage. Seeing as he also doesn't have a direct melee weapon, he cannot pogo on enemies like Shovel Knight did, so to make up for this, Plague Knight has a double jump, as well as the ability to boost himself higher into the air with an explosion. This mixes up the platforming and makes Shovel Knight feel completely different. However, seeing as you don't need to make precise, well-timed pogo jumps anymore, the platforming has become significantly easier, which is kind of a shame. Like Shovel Knight, Plague Knight ultimately has to make it through the stages of the other knights before confronting them directly at the end of their level. Plague Knight's completely different suite of skills means you'll have to come up with entirely new ways to take on the bosses, and this makes the boss fights feel new and fresh. Another thing you can look forward to is a completely new boss battle in the laboratory stage. This level originally ended with Plague Knight as the boss, but as you're playing as him, there's obviously a completely new fight. I won't spoil it, but know that it is a solid boss fight, but not as creative as many of the others. Something new that's been added in this DLC is a new currency called Strange Coins. These are scattered throughout the stages, along with normal coins, and can unlock even more upgrades for Plague Knight. One of the strongest points of Shovel Knight was its writing. It was smart and funny, and in Plague of Shadows, the writing is as good as ever. Character interactions are still great, and seeing Plague Knight have to interact with the other Shovel Knight villains is great. One last thing I need to point out about Plague of Shadows is just how good the animations are. Plague Knight looks awesome! Shovel Knight nailed great looking 8-bit animations, and Plague of Shadows continues this trend. Plague Knight's animations are super fluid and look equally as good as Shovel Knight's did. Yacht Club Games need to be applauded for their work here. Not only did they make a great piece of DLC, but they're choosing to give it away for free to people who already own Shovel Knight. Other studios could definitely learn a lot from Yacht Club. This is DLC done right. I'm giving Plague of Shadows an 8. If you like my reviews, please like and subscribe or follow me on Twitter @ChrisFremo.